how much do you reminisce about the past? How much do you think back to the past when you reflect on where the band is right now and you reflect on where the band's going?
I don't think I think about it like conscient about it. More like it's with me all the time. And I don't stop up and think about it in that sense. I think about it in different ways. Now, these days, obviously, there is a concern about health, and nothing has happened so far. I mean, Billy's up with his heart disease, the heart surgery now, and also there's always something like guitarists could get this. What do you call that when you have the tendencies that you get inflamed?
And tendinitis,
right? That's one thing, you know, and you have to stop. Vocalists, you know, with the throat, the vocal cord, you know, it's a very delicate instrument. With the drums, for example, especially with Hellhammer, he doesn't want to back down. If he can't play it like he did in the studio, he doesn't want to do it. And I tell him, you know, like, sometimes, no, I tell him, it's wrong to say. I mean, I think to myself, like, he could simplify things a little bit and make it much more easy for himself. But he doesn't allow himself to do that. He needs to be there. And I just think, and when you go think that way, down that line, if he gets any problems with any arms or legs or something that has anything to do with the motoristic things, we would have a big problem. And I mean, so he's good. He's still good. You know, nothing's wrong with him. But you know, I think about it sometimes. Like, you know, there is an end in the end. But like he says, some of his favorite drummers, they're over 80 years old and still playing. So, and the same thing with me. You know, like. Look at Keith Richards and stuff. They're 80 years old and they're still doing it.
I saw you guys play at Incineration Fest. I think it was 2019. And the one thing that I noticed about the show straight away, about you in particular, when you got to that end part of the show and you're doing Chainsaw, Guts, Fuck, and Death Crush, you know, when you say somebody is in their element, like you really looked in your element, like playing those older songs. And when I go back and I watch any of the videos that you guys have done, you know, like live videos and things like that on YouTube, it's the same thing. You really seem to have a particular enjoyment of doing those songs. And I mean, physically, you still look like you're in fucking great shape.
Thank you. Well, it's you know what? I think what you're talking about now, it's not a question to me. It's more like your observation.
Yeah.
And I would say to that why this is occurring and why this looks like this to you is probably because I can't help it. I'm too honest as a musician, and then when those groovy songs come out, and you know, I'm proud to perform it in a sense that I also like it. I dig it, and so I think I give it away. But you know, it's not like I want to do it, but but other people can see it, like, oh, now he's enjoying himself, you know what I mean? And I can't. It's I don't know. I can't
But
say that I like the ending and playing the old songs more than the other ones.
mm,
It's just like maybe somebody else like yourself see it, but for me, I'm just there in the music all the time, especially in the
mm,
live thing because it's so intense. Sometimes I tell myself like I'm angry at something, the bass sound is not right, or something is going on, and I tell myself like today I'm gonna be in the background.
mm,
Just gonna fucking finish this show and get the fuck out of here, right? But when I get on stage, all of that is gone.
mm.
It's just, it's, yeah, it's a compulsive thing. The whole live thing is a very compulsive thing, and everybody, we are so, how to say, into the thing that it's almost like a how to say, it's almost like a trance. Like you
Mm.
get into that thing and you can't get out. You have to finish the song. And it's all very, especially you play with the older guys too. So we all have to have it.
Mm, mm,
So it's a symbiosis between the artists, when they play together live. Like nobody can just go off their rails. Everybody have to be in it. And then so it's kind of, especially with the speed and all the noise, because there's a
mm,
lot of distorted guitars. Everything, even the bass is distorted. The vocals is distorted. So even though it's a live environment, it's a lot of noise and shit, but it's noisy music as well, and it's fast and it's technical. It's so technical sometimes that where you're just in it and you just like sometimes have to feel it, because sometimes it's not like you can count 1, 2, 3. The tree is just out there and you need to hit it at the same
mm.
time. You need to feel it because you can't count it.